Kripa Sindhubhya Patitana Vaishnavibhyo Yes, it is true that some are critical about the second initiation, but there are certain rules in Vaidhi Bhakti. We all begin with Vaidhi Bhakti. So in the beginning we have to follow the instructions of the scriptures. The Gayatri-mantra is actually to enhance our chanting. It is not meant to be a separate mantra. The Gayatri-mantra, as in all the other mantras, that comes with second initiation. There are 10 mantras like that. And they are actually meant to enhance our chanting by understanding the different aspects of the Absolute Truth. So in the Mahamantra, there are of course explanations. This Gopal Guru Goswami has given a very detailed purport to the Mahamantra. What Hare means, what Krishna means, and what Ram. And they are very esoteric explanations, but we need to understand what the Mahamantra is. We are chanting the Mahamantra, but we don't have the real understanding of the deeper meanings of, for example, the word Hari, the name Hari. Hari means someone who steals our heart away from our attachment to matter. So when we chant, we have to pray, "Oh Hari, please take away my attraction from this material phenomena and let it flow at your lotus feet." Hari is also a vocative form of Hara, which is another name for Radharani. Hara. So vocative means when I address someone, if I want to address Radharani, I have to say Hare. That's the word. So like that, there's a wonderful explanation about the holy name, which initially, especially for the Vaidhi Bhaktas, the ones who are Kanishtadikari, it's difficult to understand. So, after some years of chanting, usually the second initiation is given after a couple of years, when the acharan means our etiquette, following of etiquette, Vaishnava etiquette. It's called acharan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, করেন কেহ প্রচার করেন কেহ আচার আচার করো আচার প্রচার করো এই দুই কার্য না তুমি জগতের আর্য তুমি গুরু জগতের আর্য. So a guru, by the definition, is one who is following the different rules of behavior. How to behave. And the other thing is how to preach. But one has to preach first of all to one's own mind. Before we start preaching to others, one may preach to others also. Just to say whatever you know, you can tell others about this. But just like many of our acharyas, for example, Sri Raghunath Goswami has written a book, Mana Shiksha, preaching to the mind. In 11 shlokas he is preaching to the mind. So, Achar and Prachar, these are two limbs of pure devotion. Two limbs. One has to follow. So, Achar means the following of rules and regulations in association, and which is particularly meant how we behave towards society. Mahaprabhu has given his Sankirtan movement 3 pillars on which the Sankirtan mission is held up. He actually rejected the Varnashram Dharma. In Kali Yuga, Mahaprabhu rejected Varnashram Dharma. That is, the 4 Varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and 4 ashramas, as Brahmachari, Grihastha, Banaprastha, and Sannyas. He actually rejected this particular system, which we call Sanatan Dharma. In the discussion with Ramananda Rai. And the reason being that in Kali Yuga, the Sankirtan mission is based on Jaiva Dharma. He replaced these 4 pillars of Sanatana Dharma, which is in Satyam, Saucham, Tapa, Danam. Satyam means truthfulness, Saucham is cleanliness, inner and external cleanliness. Tapa means doing tapasya.
Austerity.
Sorry?
Austerity.
Austerities. And Danam, giving in charity. So he replaced these 4, not that he said you should not do them, but primarily we should follow the Sankirtan, because the Sankirtan mission is meant for Kali Yuga. And in Kali Yuga, Sankirtan is held up by 3 pillars also. And that is Nam, Gane, Ruchi. To develop a taste for chanting and hearing and singing. Sadhu Sangha, association of devotees who are more advanced than I am. That is meant for Sadhu Sangha. And Jive Daya, compassion to all living entities. Now this Jive Daya is directly dealing with our society where we live. The first 2 is closed. Nam Gane Ruchi, you chant on your own alone, or you have a small circle of devotees who chant, and Sadhu Sangha also. But this compassion, show of compassion, because Mahaprabhu's mood was Audarjya Leela. He came to give. He came to give. Krishna came to perform Leela, so he is Leela Purushottam. And Mahaprabhu is Audarjya, Rasa, which is Prema Purushottam. He came to give prema. So now, how to behave in society. That we learn by taking second initiations, because there's so many things involved. You have to have cleanliness. You have to be meditating on the different, you have to meditate on Guru, and Guru Gayatri, Gauda Gayatri, and then there's Kam Gayatri. Now, unless we are in a position to understand these Gayatris, it will be very difficult for us to advance. We will not be able to advance quickly. On the other side, the argument is that according to Srila Vrindavana Thakur, Vyasa avatar, he is the incarnation of Srila Vyasadeva. He is saying that Mahaprabhu gave this instruction: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. এই মহামন্ত্র দিলাম সবাই, ইহা গিয়া জপ হইয়া নির্বন্ধ, ইহা হইতে সর্বসিদ্ধি হইবা তোমার, সর্বক্ষণ বলো ইতি বিধি নাহি আর। So Mahaprabhu is encouraging us to chant the holy name Mahamantra. Why? Because it will give sarva-siddhi. You can get all perfection. No perfection will be left for you. Sarva-siddhi. There are two limbs of bhakti which gives sarva-siddhi. One is the holy name, as Vrindavan Thakur has said. And the other, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying what else gives us sarva-siddhi. Sadhu Sangha,
Sarva Shastra Koy,
Sarva Shastra Koy, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha,
Sarva Siddhi Hoy.
Sarva Siddhi. Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Through Sadhu Sangha. Now, in the second initiation, we learn, it has to be properly explained. For example, the Brahma Gayatri. The Brahma Gayatri is actually a meditation on the spiritual master. I will not go into the explanation regarding that, but the Brahma Gayatri is actually begins with Sambandha Gyan. Now, who gives us Sambandha Gyan? Om, the syllable Om, when it's pronounced as O-M, in English I'm saying. But when it is written, it has three fractional syllables. A-U-M. Aum. That's the actual right pronunciation. Om is also all right, you see, because that's the Om is also a Siddha mantra, represents the Supreme Lord. Just like Krishna is saying, Pranava aham sarva vedeshu. Pranava aham sarva vedeshu. Pranava is Om. Now the word Pranava means that which has to be chanted loudly. Prakrishta rupe anava. Pranava. Loudly. So it is another name for Om. Now in the beginning of Brahma Gayatri we have Om. Now A represents the Creator, the Supreme Lord. A is also Brahma. You see, in Sanskrit, these are not alphabets. Sanskrit doesn't have alphabets. It has symbols. That's why they are called Akshara. Akshara is that which has descended from the spiritual world. Everything that is descended from the spiritual world is transcendental, and therefore it is not, cannot be destroyed. Therefore, Akshara. And each and every single akshara, or if you want to call it better understanding, alphabet, is fully independent in itself and has an independent meaning. It doesn't need to be added to any other akshara. So therefore, we have A, which means Brahma, because he is the creator, he is the sub-creator. And A also means the Supreme Lord, because he is actually the original Supreme Creator. So A. U is his multifarious energy, which is represented by Srimati Radhika. And M, Ma, I vibrate the sound within me. First is out, U is drawing near because the energy of the Lord is coming into me. And is me. I feel myself. So the combination of A, U, Ma is the essence of Sambandha Gyan. And one receives Sambandha Gyan at the time of initiation from the spiritual master. Therefore, the Brahma Gayatri, the first Gayatri, is actually dedicated to the spiritual master. One can, if one wants to read, one can find this explanation in The Guru and His Grace, a book by Srila Sridhar Maharaj. If somebody wants to know more about it, I recommend you can read it there, because it is at this class, it will take a long time. However, the word Vara, Varenya Vara, is referring to the spiritual master, because he has brought, just like according to the Vedas, the sunlight is not self-brilliance. The sun,
illumination?
it doesn't have a self-illumination. It's not self-illuminated. It receives its illumination from Brahma Jyoti. Now, Brahma Jyoti also represents all of Krishna's majestic qualities. And who is the administrator? Who is controlling these energies of Krishna, these qualities of Krishna? Qualities. Radharani is the controller of Krishna's qualities. She controls Krishna's qualities. And that is why, if we want to serve Krishna properly, we have to have the blessings of Srimati Radhika. Only then we will know the full range of Krishna's qualities, character. So in this Brahma Gayat, in the Gayat, second initiation, there's a deeper understanding of my relationship, because it begins with Sambandha. Now in Sambandha, the general thing is that Bhagavan, Prakriti and Jivatma. That's the general understanding. What is the eternal association, eternal connection and relationship between these three?
Prabhuji, vielleicht erklärst du die Begriffe ein bisschen? Not everybody is familiar with all the Sanskrit terms, Prakriti, Sambandha.
Okay.
Not even everybody knows what is Sambandha. Some devotees are new here.
Sambandha Gyan means a relationship. Sambandha means relationship. Now, Sambandha Gyan, or the knowledge about the relationship that I have as Jiva with this material world where I am right now, and my relationship with the creator of both this material world and myself, and the relationship between the creator and the created, that is the material world. Krishna and this material world, Krishna and me and the material world. The eternal relationship is known as Sambandha Gyan. Now one should not mistake that the Prakriti or this material world is temporary, so therefore we don't have an eternal connection. The connection is not with the material, gross material world, but the energy of Krishna by which he creates through his vision, Pradhan. So Prakriti is of two kinds, Apara Prakriti, which means material Prakriti, material nature, and Para Prakriti, which means spiritual nature. So Sambandha Gyan means this connection. But this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. What is my relation? So, who am I? I say I am Aham Brahmasmi. That is the first realization. Deeper than that, and more deeper and more fuller understanding of my spiritual identity is Nitya Krishna Das. That is my deeper understanding. And even more deeper than that, I am the maidservant of Radharani. That is how it comes. So, all this is not easy to understand in the Mahamantra. So one may ask, but then why is Mahaprabhu saying that simply by chanting the Mahamantra, Sarva Siddhi hoy? Yes. Because by chanting the Mahamantra, I get the realization of who is these names referred to in the Mahamantra. You know, Krishna is one. There's one. One absolute Godhead. But Krishna is another name for Arjuna. Because Arjuna is dark skinned. So he's also called Krishna sometimes. Now if you give the female form Krishna, then it's Draupadi. That's another name for Draupadi, it's Krishna. Now, if we are not understanding who is Krishna, who is Hare, if we think Hare is Bhagavan, he's the Supreme Lord, but we don't know that the word Hari or the name Hari, or rather when we are chanting Hare, is a vocative form for Mara, as I said. It actually talks about Radharani. And Ram, there are 3 Rams. We know in the scripture, 3 Rams are there. 3. Right? First we have Balaram. Second we have Raghunath. Lord Ramachandra is Ram. And then we have Parashuram. They're all Ram. They're also called Ram. Now, if we don't understand these points in the holy name, then our chanting will not give us the ultimate fruit, which is known as Prema. Without understanding these different meanings of the names of Krishna, which is in the Mahamantra. But when chanting the different Gayatri mantras and what we receive at the time of second initiation, it deepens our understanding of the holy name. It deepens it. And there we realize what is the connection between Krishna, between Radharani, and between Ram. Now the Ram is neither Balaram, nor is it Ramachandra, nor is it Parasuram. Ram is Radha Raman. Ram. The beloved of Radharani is Ram. So now, this is the reason why the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, especially the followers of Srila Rupa Gosvami, have this particular process. There are other groups of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. They are not strictly following Rupa Goswami, they have other followings, which is all right. But we are following in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami, and in Srila Rupa Goswami's line, the second initiation is not only meant for somebody who wants to serve as a pujari or cook for the deities. That is absolutely imperative, that one has to have second initiation if one wants to do deity worship. Or cook for the deities, or to do any service for the deities, direct service. But it is primarily meant to have a deeper, more profounder understanding of the Mahamantra. That is why we are given this Mahamantra, the second initiation.
Means the first initiation are Krishna himself, and the second initiation Balaram, the Guru, that you can serve all the time in the deities or the Vaishnavas or Krishna themselves. Is my understanding right? The first initiation is only the Mahamantra.
Yes.
It's Krishna himself in all the Panchatattva, how you say. And the second initiation is Guru. It's to
Yes.
That I can serve Krishna. I need the second initiation. You said. That means that is good.
Yes, actually, your point is partially right, and that is the position of the Guru is more prominent because we meditate on the Guru as well as we chant Guru Gayatri. For us, Guru is everything. Krishna is very far away. And Krishna is saying also, Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavrita. So unless you are under the shelter of yoga maya, Krishna won't reveal himself to you. So he is saying, Naham prakasha sarvasya. I do not reveal myself to any and everyone. Only those who have taken shelter in my internal potency yoga maya, to such devotees I reveal myself. So for us it is first worshipful personality is Guru, and we have to see him as non-different from Krishna. So the second initiation is exactly that, to understand the real position of my spiritual master, real position. He's not simply giving me initiation and whatever. Because through the Harinam, Guru's actual position and potency is not revealed. But in the second initiation, there's Guru Gayatri. You have to meditate on the Guru Gayatri. Because Krishna himself is saying that Acharjam mam nijanyat na avamanyet karichit. That when the one who understands that Acharya is non-different from me he will be able to make advancement in spiritual life. And then again in the Kathopanishad, it is said that Jasya Deve Parabhakti, Jatha Deve Tatha Guru, Tassaita Katita Hi Artha, Prakashante Mahatmana. To one who is worshipping and surrendered to the spiritual master, as much as he is surrendered to the Supreme Lord, as much as he is worshipping the Supreme Lord, on the same platform with the same devotional fervor, devotional mood, one has to worship the Guru. Then, Prakashante Mahatmana, all the truths, hidden truths of the Vedic literature will be revealed to you. Otherwise not.
They love to Balaram. From Balaram they love.
Balaram is the original Guru. And our Guru here, he represents Balaram. So we don't have to worship Lord Balaram, we have to worship the Guru and Krishna.
Maharaj, one question is here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for explaining the meaning of the Mahamantra, Harinama, Hare Krishna. And I would like to know about the Gayatri-mantra. You just said that if we don't understand really the meaning of the mantra, it's no use to have the mantra, repeat the mantra. So I have read it by heart, Gayatri-mantra, Om Bhur Bhuva Shuva, but I'm still not able to understand the real meaning of this mantra. I have read in all different books, translation, but what is the real essence of this mantra and whom we are praying for this?
Yeah, actually it's Mahamantra is essential to understand the Gayatri mantra. One cannot understand Gayatri mantra without purifying one's consciousness. And Mahamantra purifies the consciousness very quickly. And then it makes us capable, eligible, to understand the real meaning of the Gayatri mantra. There are many interpretations. So, as I said, it would take a long time if I was to actually decode the Gayatri mantra. As I suggested, if you could please get hold of this book by Srila Sridhar Maharaj, which is called The Guru and His Grace. He has given an extremely lucid explanation of the Gayatri mantra. I suggest you read that.
Actually, Mataji, she bought the Srila Maharaja's Bhagavad Gita.
Sorry?
She bought the Srila Maharaja's Bhagavad Gita.
She has bought.
So I think there is the same explanation inside of Gayatri mantra.
In Bhagavad Gita?
He also, published his famous Srila Goswami Maharaja's Gayatri.
I don't know. I have not. I've read but I did not find where he has given the explanation of the Gayatri mantra. But I know for sure that it is in this.
In that book, it is in the, at least in the old edition. I don't know if they added it also in the new one. They had it. This commentary.
But the Gayatri mantra must be received from a bona fide spiritual master. Otherwise, it is not possible to understand.
That's why I don't still understand, no matter how many times I try to. Thank you.
There's one question.
You said before, we need the blessings of Radharani. So how to get?
Just louder, please.
How to get the blessings of Radharani?
How to get the blessings of Radharani? By understanding the relationship. See, Radharani, especially in Kali Yuga, has manifested herself in three different ways. we all know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken Radharani's mood, right? Yes. And Gadadhar Pandit is an expansion of Radharani. And she is teaching how we can become eligible to serve. Eligibility. How to get the proper qualification. Eligibility is what? Befähigung.
Okay.
And Nityananda Prabhu is the source of Radha Tattva. The truth about Radharani is Nityananda Prabhu. Yeah? So we have to worship Nityananda Prabhu to understand what is Radha Tattva. And then we will be able to understand the relationship between Gadadhar Pandit and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's very esoteric. We have to also have, with full respect, this particular topic. And this Gaur, Gadadhar Gaur, is a worship of Gadadhar Gaur. Gadadhar and Gauranga Mahaprabhu are worshipped in Madhur Rasa. Only then we will have Krishna's permission. Krishna has to give us a certificate. Yes, now you are qualified to serve Radharani. When Krishna gives us a certificate, then we can start to serve Radharani. Because Krishna is more attracted to devotees who are serving Radharani. He's more attracted. So that process is like that. Nityananda Prabhu is represented by the Guru. And the Guru, by the second initiation, we understand the different rasas that he is able to reciprocate, evidam, to his disciples. He will reciprocate Shantaras. Some devotee who wants to be in Shantaras, that also he will reciprocate by giving him Paramatma, Gyan. To serve in Dasya Bhav is also the best servitor of the Lord. Like it is saying in the Guru Varshaka, that Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastrai Uktas Tatha Bhav Jata Eva Sadhu Kintu Pravurja Priya Eva Tasya. He is the most beloved servitor of Krishna. So he is also giving Dasya Bhav. He is also giving Sakhya Bhav, friendship. Vatsalya. And as the giver of Madhur Bhav, he is the Manjari. So in the Manjari Swarup, the Guru is giving me Radha Dasya. That is the process. Yes?
When we chant the mantra, I have read in many books that we should repeat it 101 times or 108. Is there any meaning for that? Like Japa, is this 101?
108, 101.
101?
I've never heard of 101.
101.
108.
108.
108.
Is there any meaning that we have to do this 108 times?
Yes.
Okay.
Every single bead represents the gopi.
Okay, so 108.
Altogether, there are Ashtagopi who are main. And these Ashtagopis also have their own expansions, and in total there are 108 gopis.
Okay. That's the reason.
And the middle part is Krishna.
Okay.
So the question was how to get the mercy of Radharani. Come back to the...
Well, as I said,
Is there an easy way, Maharaj?
the easiest way is to serve the Guru. Easiest way. Because Guru is most merciful. There's nobody more merciful than the Guru. Because he comes amongst us, and we are all sinners. We are all offenders. Every one of us. And yet he comes. And he knows that we will think everything about him. We'll think he may be a cheater. We may think he just wants our money. We may think that he is misleading us. So many things we will think. And when he says, don't do this and don't do this, then he is very strict with us. Why he has to be so strict? So he knows that. He knows all this. And yet, and Prabhupada gives a very nice example. The mother of a newborn child is lying on her lap. The child is lying on her lap. So the child is passing stool, the child is passing urine. In the middle of the night, 4 times, 5 times, is waking up the mother to drink. Mother doesn't get angry. She does it. Everything, cleaning. So we are like that. We are passing stool and urine in the Guru's lap. He has taken us up to the lap. That is Guru's business. And so we are doing this, but he still doesn't get angry, doesn't tell us to go away. And if he sees even the smallest spark of devotion, smallest, he will immediately fan it. Make it. So, Prabhupada said, just like the police is a thankless job, Guru's is a thankless job. The thankless job.
How does one identify the Guru?
Sorry?
How does one identify the Guru?
Find a Guru.
Find the Guru. Identify and...
Yeah. Well, according
it's
to
a mutual transaction. The Guru also has to accept you as a person. It's not...
which question should I answer?
Okay. Your choice, you start.
Let's take the first
One
one.
question at a time.
Let's take the first question.
Okay.
How do you find a Guru? Am I right?
Okay.
According to our scriptures, it says, Guru, a bona fide Guru. You see, there are so many pretender Gurus. We're not talking about those Gurus. A real Guru, a bona fide Guru, who is representative of Krishna, as Krishna is telling Uddhav, Acharya mam vijanyat na avamannet karichit. You never should disrespect him in any case. Sarva Devamaya Guru. The Guru is the sum total of all the demigods. If you worship the Guru, you worship all the demigods automatically. Now, since the Guru is an external manifestation of Paramatma, if we pray sincerely to Paramatma, because he is within everyone, then Paramatma will lead us to the bona fide Guru. Yes, you come here. He is my representative. One has to be sincere. The sincerity is our part. The revelation of who the Guru is the part of Krishna Paramatma. Both have to be there. That is the first. And the second question was?
Mutual.
Whether it was mutual.
I mean, the Guru also has to accept it. I can go
Yes,
to the Guru.
yes, in very rare cases. Because you see, this process of bhakti, you're talking about bhakti, is sudurlabha. See, there are 6 different qualities of Bhakti Devi. As soon as you begin under the instruction of initiated spiritual master, begin to chant and hear, immediately Bhakti Devi will, at the time of initiation, the spiritual master gives us the seed of devotion. Seed. Bhakti Lata Bij, Brahmando Brahmite, Kono Bhagyavan Ji, Brahmando Brahmite, Kono Bhagyavan Ji, Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Bij. We are going from the highest planetary system to the lowest. Brahmanda. 84 lakh Joni, isn't it? 8,400,000 different lives that we have gone through. And if by some great fortune one meets a devotee of the Lord, he will bring us to a bona fide Guru. Okay. And then, of course, initiation happens. Now, because, as I said, one of the qualities of Bhakti Devi is Sudurlabha. Sudurlabha. Very rare to attain Bhakti, because once Bhakti is attained, then that devotee brings Krishna under his control. So therefore Bhakti Devi doesn't give easily Prem Phala. So what happens is that we have to try for many lifetimes. Of course, if one wants mukti, very easily available. It's not difficult. Krishna will give mukti immediately. You could go, yes. You have to have naturally, you have to become free from sinful activities and things like that, Anarthas. If you are free from anarthas, you are eligible to reach Vaikuntha after you are passing away. But if you want Radha Dasya, if you want to go all the way to have the love of God, love of Krishna, Krishna Prem, then we might have to spend several lifetimes. Now, if a certain soul in his previous life has made enough advancement, because bhakti never gets lost. Whatever advancement you have made in bhakti, because it is transcendental, there is no loss. Krishna is saying that Natrivam Jatu Naso Natam Nimi that no iha avikramo nashasti na vidyate swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahatu bhaya. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that little bit of bhakti will be never lost. Na iha avikrama. Nothing can defeat it. And nothing can destroy it. Na vikrama nasha asti. Nash, it will not happen. Pratyavaya, it will also not diminish. Pratyavaya na vidyate. Swalpam api asya dharma. So if you have done even a little bit of bhakti, it will save you from the jaws of death. Now, those devotees who want to go the full way, they desire to take birth again and meet their guru. So for such rare souls, it is mutual. Mutual. Either the spiritual master will find him, or he will find the spiritual master.
In the scripture, is there anything about the end of Kali Yuga, because we are going through hard times now? So is there anything that we can foresee?
This is nothing, sir.
This is the beginning.
Nothing. There's a description in the 12th canto Srimad Bhagavata of the horrific. The Kali Yuga will remain here for 32,108 years.
At that time, Kalki Avatar had come?
Yes, I mean some there's a dispute regarding that. There's a differences of opinion of whether Kalki will come or not. But anyhow, at the end of a Divya Yuga, that is this 4 yugas is one Divya Yuga. So at the end of the Divya Yuga, at the end of that, there will be partial annihilation, partial. All the way up to Brahmalok, everything will be destroyed. Only Brahmalok will remain intact. And when Brahmaji wakes up from his sleep, after 1,000 Divya Yugas, then again the creation will become manifest. So we have to start tolerating these conditions. It is not going to change, it's going to become worse.
If we spend our time in heaven, then we'll bypass all this time.
Yeah. No, therefore, Kali Yuga is actually a kind of a blessing. Because you want to get out fast.
Shortcut to Mukti.
No, because you want to get out fast.
Yeah.
If the conditions were nice, then we would like to remain. Oh, it's nice. Yeah, it's comfortable. But Kali Yuga is making us very much desiring to get out quickly.
Second question. Can I be for my papa, for my son, a real guru, or I must give him
You can be definitely a guru. There are altogether 7 gurus. So the parents are one of the gurus. The Brahman is another guru. Your teacher is a guru. But initiation you cannot give.
Yes.
For initiation, he has to go to a bona fide. But otherwise, you are definitely the guru of your son. He will learn everything from you. In the beginning,
Still the connection to God.
everything, even the connection to God, he will learn from you. Yes. He is a fortunate soul to have taken birth as your son. So he must have done a lot of sukriti in his past life. Many past lives. One gets the association of a devotee after accumulation a lot of sukriti. Only then one living entity will get. Bhakti begins with association with devotee. Bhaktistu Bhagavat Bhaktena Parijayate.
When he start my bhakti,
Bhaktistu Bhagavat, listen. Bhaktistu Bhagavat Bhaktena Parijayate. Bhakti becomes possible only in the association of devotees. Bhagavat Bhaktena Parijayate. How does one receive the association of devotees? Satsanga prapyate pumbhi sukriti purva sanchitai. Sanchitai means you have accumulated, when a jiva has accumulated a lot of sukriti. That's another topic. It's a very interesting topic, sukriti. What is sukriti? There are two types of sukriti. So those who have performed sukriti, which is unknown devotional service, that kind of sukriti will lead one in one lifetime to meet with a devotee of the Lord. So your son must have performed like that. And you have to become a good devotee then. Probably, I don't know you, but I'm sure that you are a good devotee, but since I don't know you, I'm saying that. So I thank all of you for your patient hearing, and I wish all of you a nice evening of arati and things like that, and prasadam. And actually, Vienna is very fortunate that they have somebody like Sadhu Maharaj, where devotees can come and meet under his shelter.
Nice sadhus here. My name on the sadhu, but here they can meet the real sadhu.
So Maharaj, may I take your leave?
You have to ask them, Maharaj, if they allow you.
Well, there seems to be no other questions.
Okay, then we do. How long when you have to go? Now it's 7:11.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay because it's a Skype